It's a gentleman Grochowski show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a gentleman Grochowski show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a gentleman Grochowski show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a gentleman Grochowski show.
TVHams.com is the official website of the Gentleman Grochowski Show. TVHams.com. You can also go to Facebook and also on YouTube. YouTube.com/TVHams and Facebook. Like the Gentleman Grochowski Show. Please like us. Please like us. What's this? Your hair's in my shot. Get out of my shot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You put your hair out of my shot.
I got big hair.
Anna and Kate are here, and Anna's invading my shot. I give Anna the wide shot, and she wants to get into my close-up shot. Keep that away from me. If I wanted hair, I'd have some myself. Come on now.
Don't hate.
In addition to Anna and Kate, who don't hate, we got Ken Markovic. How you doing, Ken?
I'm stuffed from all the pizza.
Oh, I like to feed everybody, yes.
Yes.
And we have to get them out of here before that lactose part kicks in.
Yeah.
We don't want no...
Before the milk kicks in.
Yeah. But, Ken, if you were here and you saw Ken is a singer and songwriter.
Yes,
Very
he's
good.
awesome.
So, Ken, how long have you been playing guitar? Let's start off with the very beginning.
Oh, for about 15 years.
15 years. Now, is this like you right in grade school you picked it up?
I actually started late. I started when I was 18.
Oh, 18, okay. What made you decide to get into... What made you decide to buy a guitar? Looks like the song, I Got My First Real Six String. What made you buy one?
I was kind of a jock in high school. I
Okay.
did basketball, cross country, so I decided to switch it up, and I did theater and music after that. So.
Okay. The Glee Club?
I was in madrigals and choir and all that.
Okay, that's kind of cool. So you bought your first guitar. What was
Was that like?
I didn't buy it. My parents bought it.
Well, it was okay. It was bought.
It was bought. Okay, your first guitar was bought. What does that feel like to a musician, or a magician? But tell us, can you describe to us? Because it would mean nothing to me. I was just like, oh, I got to keep this now.
It's like a 7-year-old getting a bicycle for Christmas, or your first bike for Christmas. I mean, I was attached to it. 4 or 5 hours a day practicing.
Yeah. Now, incidentally, if you were to get a bicycle for Christmas, that's probably the worst Christmas present you can get. Because you can't use it for about another 4 or 5 months. It's just got to be sitting there in the garage or something like that till the snow melts. It's like, here's a nice bike. Watch it for a couple months, right?
Watch it ferment.
Yeah, but actually with the guitar, you could actually play it instantly.
Yeah.
Now, did you take guitar lessons?
I did.
Yeah. And how? Tell us about what that's like.
Well, I took lessons from a classical guitarist.
Okay.
Very, very good. And I took lessons. I learned tablature.
Which means what?
It points out the 6 strings of the guitar, and it's a numeral system, so it shows you where your fingers would go on the 6 strings, as opposed to reading music, like reading solfege.
So that's like A, B, C, and D, right?
It's an easier way of playing, of learning. And I took lessons for about a year, and then I stopped, and then I was self-taught from there.
Okay. Your fingers get all messed up, right?
When you first start playing,
it hurts, right?
Yeah, it hurts. Yeah,
I have a question.
Blistered.
Yeah.
You said you learned tablature, which is different than actual learning the music, which, I played flute and I never could read music. I just played by ear. Mm-hmm. Is there are there guitar elitist people who think less of somebody if they did tablature versus reading music? Like people who
There's
you're not a real musician.
guitar elitists. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Yeah.
And what do guitar elitists think about flute players?
Yeah.
Is she your equal? Because she can play the flute? Huh?
I'm not an elitist. I don't know. I can't answer.
And you never got those calluses on your fingers for playing the flute, huh?
No, I didn't.
I used to play guitar.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And why'd you stop?
Because it hurt too bad, and then the teacher wanted to stretch I had little hands. Now I could probably do it, but when I was a kid, I had little bitty hands, and you had to push you had to put your fingers down on the string, and he would push them real hard, and the metal strings, and I was like, "Mommy, look at my fingers."
Do you ever get the one time at band camp joke?
Oh, all the time.
Get that all the time? Yeah.
That's why I played the flute, actually, I invented that.
So where did it go from taking lessons to what's your next step after that? Once you get an idea how to play the instrument, then what's the next step you would do?
You just go and you learn other people's music. I didn't start songwriting right away, so 4 or 5 years of just learning, like Paul Simon, Beatles, other people's music, and now I virtually play no covers, and I write all my songs.
Nice.
So
That's
it's
awesome.
flopped a little bit.
Who would you say your biggest musician influences are?
Right now, it's definitely Amos Lee. I think
Okay.
he's tremendous soul.
Famous Amos Lee?
Famous.
Who?
He is famous.
Famous Amos?
Famous Amos.
Not
His name's
famous.
Amos Lee.
Amos Lee, okay.
He's a soul, like a neo soul musician.
Yes.
Very fantastic voice, and his style is very much to my liking. So
Okay.
I like him, and Iron and Wine. They're very mellow sounding indie folk.
Okay.
Sam Beam. So
Cool.
yeah.
And when you started writing songs, is there a progression you go through for when you, like the first song you write? Do you go back to it and say, "Oh, I could write better. I write better." You keep going back to it, or you just write it and leave it?
Sometimes, I'll take a song that I haven't worked on in 5 years and change the lyrics around, or add a bridge, or
So it's usually never done.
It's never done.
never
It's
done.
always evolving. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're going back to one and the thought that you didn't use and you've been, "Oh wow, this is really good. Why did I just forget about this?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I mean, when you do it, you're so critical of yourself. You're like, "Oh, that's not good. That's no good."
We're definitely our toughest critics.
Yeah.
Musicians. So.
Now, Anna, you never wrote any songs,
Yeah, I did.
and it was
Drop kicking me Jesus through the goalpost of life.
okay.
I've heard
And you
that
sang
one.
that in Sunday school, right?
No, I sang at a football game.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop kick me Jesus through the goalpost of life.
So you can you read any? You got any albums out?
I have a couple albums. I do webcasts with my producer Chris Tobin. He has his own basement studio. So it's media2studios.com. So I do webcasts through him,
Nice.
and working on an album right now. So
Okay.
Cool.
And where have you played?
I've played at Uncommon Ground in Chicago,
Okay.
Elbow Room a few times. I have a show coming up.
Okay.
September 13th at Elbow Room.
And where would you like to play? Is there a dream place that a singer-songwriter would like to play? I don't know.
It would be definitely an outdoor venue. It's called the Santa Barbara Bowl
Okay.
out in California, but it fits about 2,000 people. Just a great acoustic sound.
Yeah.
And, I'd love to play out there one day. My style of music, I'll never play Soldier Field, and that's okay.
Yeah. But
Yes.
just because of the acoustics?
What's that?
Just because of the acoustics of it?
Oh, Soldier Field?
Yeah.
Just because I don't know if my style of music would attract that. Hundreds of thousands of people.
Okay.
It's kind of a very quiet, mellow sound.
And it's meaningful music.
Yeah, so it's definitely, my dream would be just to play 3-4 shows a week at smaller venues. That would be
Cool.
Now,
Yes.
you had a song, "See the World Through Love."
see the world through your
eyes.
Oh,
eyes.
through your heart. Okay,
I
my
liked
fault.
that song.
That
I
was a
threw a little
beautiful
heart.
song.
I thought that was love. On my fault. See the world through your heart. Tell us about you said that was for someone you know.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Jenny Rollins, she had rheumatoid arthritis at a very early age, and she had problems throughout her life with her vision. And 3 years ago, she went completely blind. And so we asked her what she wanted, and she didn't want a seeing eye dog. She didn't want medical supplies. She has a lot of that. She wanted a trip. And so we started a GoFundMe.com campaign, GoFundMe.com/Jenny Sees the World. And we're trying to raise money to send her on a 3-week vacation with a mutual friend as her guide to experience through her, hearing and through
Smells and-
touch and her other senses.
That's beautiful.
Awesome.
That's beautiful. That's
And you
wonderful.
also had another song, "Put Out the Fire."
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That song, for me, it's about, things will happen in life, fires will happen, but they will always go out. So it's about impermanence and things will get better.
Okay. And again, how can we find out some more of your music?
You can go to soundcloud.com/Ken Markovic.
Okay.
I have a Facebook, facebook.com/Ken Markovic Music.
Cool. All right then. TVHams.com is the official website of the Gentleman Grochowski Show. TVHams.com. You can also go to Facebook.com, the Gentleman Grochowski Show. Like us, follow us, and also watch all the videos on YouTube.
Hi, my name is Ken Markovic. I'm 34. I'm from Darien, Illinois. I'm a singer-songwriter. And this first tune is called See the World Through Your Heart. I wrote it for a friend of mine named Jenny Rollins. Started a GoFundMe campaign. It's gofundme.com/Jenny Sees the World. She is blind, and we're trying to raise money for her. So this is a song I wrote for the campaign. It's called See the World Through Your Heart for Jenny Rollins. Well, you've seen many faces, not too many places, and you think you're a lonely girl. You love singing songs and animals, technology and curing all. Most of all, you love this big old world. But a few years ago, lights went out and all you see is crows, and times are a little sad. And ahead there may be fears, behind there may be tears, but beside you the best friends you've ever had. And we'll help you find a new look on life, alleviate your stress and strife. Fresh beginning, a brand new start. From Paris, France to Montego Bay, Jerusalem and Santa Fe. Help see the world through your heart. Help see the world through your heart. So pack your bags, we're leaving home. There's no telling how far we'll roam. Gonna cross the oceans and seas. Tell the weatherman to cancel his plans. There'll be no rain in Seattle or Japan, and we'll go wherever we may please. The Great Sphinx and Mount Everest, for you it will only be the best. Leaving see Niagara Falls, cathedrals, canyons, castles, cliffs, concierges, taxi lifts. Oh Jan, believe me, we'll see it all. It will help you find a new look on life, alleviate your stress and strife. Fresh beginning, a brand new start. From Toledo to Timbuktu, Zimbabwe to Lima, Peru. Help see the world through your heart. Help see the world through your heart. Help see the world through your heart.
It's a Gentleman Grochowski Show. Everybody, don't you know? Boom, boom. It's a Gentleman Grochowski Show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a Gentleman Grochowski Show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a Gentleman Grochowski Show.
TVHams.com is the official website of the Gentleman Grochowski Show. TVHams.com. You can also go to Facebook and YouTube. If you go to YouTube, you go to TVHams. If you go to Facebook, like the Gentleman Grochowski Show. And I'll say, yeah. Follow me too, and everyone else. Kate and Anna are on the broadcast right now. How are you, ladies?
We're fine.
You sure are. That's why I invited you back. How you guys doing?
We're great.
You guys look like you're ready to go to the beach or something like that.
Well, you know, it's Chicago. It's like 90
The end of the
degrees
summer,
outside.
you know, so we need to be going to the beach.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it could be freezing in Chicago. That's
Listen,
how it is.
true.
First
It could be
frost comes
freezing.
early, and then it comes 90 degrees again in the city.
Listen, and I'm used to it. Born and raised Chicago.
Yeah, I remember growing up. Remember there was a guy named John Coleman. Remember him?
The weatherman.
John Coleman. I'm John Coleman. Remember him?
Yes, I
he
love
was
John
like he was a classic.
Channel 7?
Yes, he was.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I grew up with a guy named Jerry Shaw.
with Fahey Flynn.
Yes.
And
John Drury. John Drury.
Wow.
And they were like the team supreme, all of them. That's it.
Yes,
It's
they were.
really,
Like the Supremes. Who is Diana Ross?
huh?
If they were the Supremes, which one was Diana Ross?
They were the news team Supreme.
Yeah, that's before.
But one of them still
that's
had to be
before
Diana
women got.
Ross.
That's before women were only weather people at the time.
You wouldn't
Yeah,
have
right.
reduced-
That was back in the 60s and 70s.
I think in the 60s you would not have, even though we compare them remotely to the Supremes, we would have never, being so male oriented and unfunny, you'd have never compared a male news team to a female, all black female singing group. That just would not have been the correlation you would have made at all.
No.
But
First of all, they weren't good looking.
they weren't.
No, they were
I thought everybody
newscasters.
on the
Yeah.
newscast
No,
was hot.
but, sweetie, newscasters didn't get sexy until like the 80s. They was all ugly up until then.
Yeah, it was part of the resume.
Hey man,
If you didn't send a picture,
I
you were
was
hired.
from
Unattractive.
newscasters.
Yeah.
Unattractive. You had to look like a fossil to
Like
be a
Walter
newscaster.
Cronkite.
Yeah,
He was nice.
exactly.
Gave great news.
Jim Rooney,
Yeah. Andy Rooney too.
Andy Rooney. Oh my goodness, he's
Yeah.
a fossil. He's a fossil. Andy Rooney's
Yeah.
he's like,
Could probably make oil. Rest his soul. He's like dead now, but
Wow,
probably
look at
making
you.
oil.
As long as he's making something, right?
Yeah, and it's very sarcastic, dry oil. I'm sure.
just add water.
Yep.
So you say because he was old, he was all dried up.
No, his humor was very dry.
Yeah?
You ever watch
Andy
a few minutes of
Rooney
Andy Rooney on 60
made
Minutes?
jokes like this.
But he
Oh
probably was a
my
tiger in
God.
bed, though, right? You think?
No, I
Yeah, I
don't.
think so.
I think
I
he
bet you
probably
wanted
had.
to know.
I think he probably had sex like this.
I was hoping
I
there'd
said,
be-
"Oh my God, I
would
might
hope-
be about to come right now. Could you do something fun for me, like
Do
tickle my
something
toes,
fun.
Yeah.
Suck my feet.
and then talk to me about current events at the same time?"
You know,
There you go.
I don't know. I think
Well,
Andy
that's
Rooney,
foreplay to me. I don't know about you.
Sometimes those freaky those that seem like they're dry are the freakiest in the set.
I think
though.
that's preachers that are like that.
The manual. I mean, he looks like he'd do it in. Andy Rooney seems like he would do it by the manual, but you got to understand, in sex, the manual is the Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
So if he's doing it by the manual, he's doing it by the Kama
He's doing
Sutra.
something right. And as long as he's got some assisting toys, he's good to go.
I don't
Yeah.
believe that he could do the Kama Sutra because he does not look like he got that much balance.
Oh, come on.
I don't think he could stand on one leg and spin me up and wrap it around like a snake.
Well, the good thing
Well,
is
no,
he had all that
he's
money.
done.
He could do anything he wants. He could help people help him.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, he could. He
Yeah.
had helpers. He had
Yes.
people could go in for the assist.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's all you
that's
need.
Sherbet.
I'll just sit back and relax. Yeah. Cool, huh?
Yeah. Only it was probably 60 seconds and not 60 minutes, but
That's all you need sometimes. That's
Eh.
all. As long as he got his, right?
that's kind of
Right?
the way it works with you.
Something
boys,
like that, right?
right?
They say, I got mine, you get yours.
I like the purple.
Oh, that's
shirt,
like
by the way.
68, and I owe you one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's very Prince-ish.
Yeah, you like that? Purple rain. I never meant to cause you any trouble.
Whoop.
Never meant to cause you any pain. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, speaking of trouble and pain, you want to hear a little story about
Trouble
that?
and pain.
And
Yeah.
with a little bit of leather?
I like
Okay.
leather.
I
All
like
right.
leather.
A bounty hunter was arrested after gathering a posse and mistakenly trying to raid the home of Phoenix's chief of police. Of all
What?
people, yes. Even though they had the wrong address and they were asked to leave numerous times, the bounty hunter and 10 others surrounded the chief's home, thinking they were cornering the Oklahoma fugitive they wanted on a drug charge. So they thought they had him. They thought they knew exactly where it was.
At the chief of
And it
police.
was the chief of police's house. Yeah.
So who lied to them?
So what
somebody
does
lied
leather
to
have to
somebody
do with
threw
this?
somebody threw them off.
It said here the
bounty
boun-
hunters they wear leather.
That's what I'm saying.
They wear leather in the summertime, so that means bounty hunters be funky.
Yeah.
They
They got the little spray. That's why they spray it.
What, funky spray?
No, the little smell good.
Well, how do you
How
know?
100-degree weather leather vest? I don't think you can make that smell good.
Chaps.
Yeah,
Chaps,
you know,
no chap has an ass in it. So pardon me, a posterior in it. So I know that all smells bad.
Okay.
But maybe the Phoenix chief of police was the drug lord. Maybe they were like the same person, very Gemini-like.
Or maybe the chief of police was a mucha lucha wrestler.
Okay. It could be. But it says here that the bounty hunter, who was a felon, by the way, was charged with disorderly conduct and criminal trespassing. Additional charges against the 10 others are going to be possible. 8 of the individuals were men. The other 3 were women, including a relative of one of the men who was riding along with an 11-year-old girl who was wearing a toy belt gun.
Oh, wow. So they
Yeah,
got
they got-
everybody
yeah.
on the act. They got her ready to go like...
Yeah, they were ready to go.
with a toy belt gun. That's probably the one.
Well,
that
no,
had the
they're
bullets in it.
training her. They're rearing her and bounty hunt. You know what? But I think the main bounty hunter knew that was the chief of police's house and just wanted to mess with dude. I bet you that chief of police arrested him.
Well, they were told numerous times, "This is not the house, buddy. This is not the house," and somehow they kept coming back for more.
So they knew it wasn't the house. They knew it was the chief of police house, and they did it anyway.
So they wanted to get the chief of police.
They wanted
in leather.
the chief police. They wanted to get him in leather.
Yes. They wanted to get him in leather and use the handcuffs and hunt for some bounty.
But what was it with the little girl with the gun belt? Then what was she gonna do? Hold the camera?
Probably. You know, she's only 11. It's not. I mean, I don't even want to think about what they would have her do if she's not holding the camera. Just saying.
I don't know. It's just something interesting, and since you like, it's like leather and no lace, kind of fun.
Yeah, leather and no lace. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like Don Henley with no Stevie Nicks. You can't have that.
Yeah.
Oh my!
He was the key tied them together.
You got to tie.
What was their song?
Leather and lace.
How'd it go?
Let me see, like lovers forever,
Face to face.
my city on mountain.
Stay with me,
stay. I need you to love me.
Yeah.
I need you today.
Yeah.
Give me your leather, take from me my lace.
And I'll give you a lace. And one good place you can get a lace at is at TVHams.com, the official website of the Gentleman Grochowski Show. TVHams.com. You also go to YouTube and Facebook.
It's a Gentleman Grochowski Show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a Gentleman Grochowski Show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a Gentleman Grochowski Show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a Gentleman Grochowski Show.
This is called Put Out the Fire. This is another original. Hope you like it. You're absurd, your lengthy words, they puzzle me. Your eyes on fire, forge, conspire, they muzzle me. For the first time, the music stops. My, the blood red sky's taking us. The loans they come, they call us dumb, they're baking us. Our faces now reflect the tops. Lo and behold, we see the cold. Put out the fire. Put out the fire. Put out the fire. Put out the fire. Your Uncle Ned, he lost his head near Brewer's East. You look perplexed, you wonder who is next, you or me. Looking back, don't lose your years. Call me crazy and I'll call you wise. The closest place to look for truth is in the eyes. Mine are closed, they hold back the tears. Lo and behold, we see the cold. Put out the fire. Put out the fire. Put out the fire.
fire. Looks like rain, lots of pain ahead for us. But I'll take your sword and split a chord for our chorus. Hallelujah. We reminisce and share a kiss beneath the oak. We tell our tales like boys and whales, remove our cloaks. My Julia. Lo and behold, we see the coal. Put out the fire. Put out the fire. Put out the fire. Put out the fire.
It's a gentleman Grochowski show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a gentleman Grochowski show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a gentleman Grochowski show.
So vain. So vain.
I bet you think this song is about you. Don't
So vain,
So
vain. I bet you think this song is about you.
Don't you?
Don't
Yeah.
you?
Good.
But I'm John Coleman.
Styling and profiling.
What's wrong with my shirt?
Nothing. You know what? Purple is a regal color. I really enjoy you in this shirt.
Regal,
But I'm
what-
sure.
regal.
But regal. Royal.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'm sure a couple of other royal people, some queens, might like you in that shirt too. I
think
just
I look
don't know.
You know, I tried to get a hat to match the purpleness.
Well, black.
They didn't have, huh?
It's a black hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted a purple hat to match this. I wanted to go pimping out.
No, you wasn't gonna go pimping out with a purple shirt and a purple hat.
Why?
You gonna be something else.
What? Would I be more than
You
that?
gonna be fabulous.
Yeah.
But he can still.
Party, can you do that? Can you do that?
I could try to.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I've been playing too many lottery tickets, so my fingers, I've worn out the, creases.
Yeah, I'll be fabuloso. Fabuloso.
Fabuloso. That's like a cleanser.
I'll clean you, baby. Fabulosa.
Watch yourself, boy. No nookie.
Unless you pay for
No,
it first,
nothing.
right? You got to pay for it first.
Good.
Speaking about gambling, and it's in Partey's blood, and it's the residues on his fingers.
Sweetie, that newscasters didn't get sexy until like the 80s. They was all ugly up until then.
You got it all over her shirt.
Yeah. They always been telling me for years that I'm a big mess.
Hey,
Minutes with
Rooney
Andy Rooney on 60
made
Minutes.
jokes like this.
But he
Oh
probably was a
my
tiger in
God.
bed, though, right? You think?
No,
Yeah, I
don't.
think so.
I think
I
he
bet you
probably
wanted
had.
to know.
I think he probably had sex like this.
I was hoping
And
there
said,
would be-
"Oh my God, I
would
might
hope-
be about to come right now. Could you do something fun for me, like
Do
tickle my
something
toes,
fun.
Yeah.
Suck my feet.
and then talk to me about current events at the same time?"
You know,
There you go.
I don't know. I think Andy
that's
Rooney,
foreplay to me. I don't know about you.
Sometimes those freaky those that seem like they're dry are the freakiest in the set.
I think that's preachers that are like that.
The manual. I mean, he looks like he'd do it in. Andy Rooney seems like he would do it by the manual, but you got to understand, in sex, the manual is the Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
So if he's doing it by the manual, he's doing it by the Kama
He's
Sutra.
doing something right. And as long as he's got some assisting toys, he's good to go.
I don't
Yeah.
believe that he could do the Kama Sutra because he does not look like he got that much balance.
Oh, come on.
I don't think he could stand on one leg and spin me up and then wrap it around like a snake.
Well, the good thing
Well,
is
no,
he had all that
he's
money.
doing-
He could do anything he wants. He could help people help him.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, he could. He
Yeah.
had helpers. He had
Yes.
people could go in for the assist.
So it's not like it's dripping. But you still figured out a way to make it all dirty and sloppy with it.
Because, see, my mind is a little bit sloppy, Larry.
My mind's telling me no.
Before I eat a pizza,
My stomach is telling me yes. Well, last time we talked, Partey won quite a bit of money on the Illinois State Lottery.
Yes, and he bought us drinks. He did.
Yeah.
yes. Now it's time to win again.
I'm glad you won it when you did, because if you were to win it today,
Yes.
You might
you would
not
not
win.
be able to get your money. You get an IOU from the state. Come on without. Come on within.
You ain't
Seen
seen nothing like the mighty Quinn.
Win.